Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pizza Roundtable, where we talk about the pizza news and goings on in the pizza universe. I am one of your three hosts this evening, Jim Mumford, joined by Anna Crusa and Will Dumas. Anna, Will, good evening. How the heck are you, my friends?
Good evening. Doing
Yeah,
great.
It's
what's up,
we
everyone?
took a week off. Co-host, right? Always here, whether you see him or not. Um, how have we been? How have our pizza adventures been? It's been a couple weeks. We'll start with Anna. Anything fun, revolutionary you've done since we talked last?
Nothing too crazy, just the in and outs. I've hired some new people at the restaurant, and so I have been very in the business, not so much on the business the last 2 weeks. So it's kind of been keeping me busy, but I'm always excited about hiring new people because then it gives me an opportunity to have more time to just do more fun things. So I just need a
Fun,
few more weeks and we'll all be ready to go.
nice, very
Uh,
nice.
I love
Will, I
it.
know you've had some adventures, but can you at least tease them for us?
I did. Tried a local 50 top pizza spot here in Charlotte, which was amazing. And I can't wait to talk more about that. That'll be fun. I'll post some content around it. But then also I tried one of these frozen, I'll use the word favorites loosely
Ooh.
that we've recently talked about, and I think my Jim and your expectations, Anna, we know yours expectations on this are aligned with the outcome of this frozen treat that may have fallen a little flat in the crisp
Oh,
category, unfortunately.
in
But
the
I'm gonna post
crisp
about that one
category.
too. I'm gonna post about that one too. So some fun items coming up.
It's funny. One of the articles we talked about, I don't think you were on, was how to make frozen pizza sing, right? And a lot of that was, hey, texture, right? Because you're
Yeah.
dealing with a lot of moisture, and do you use a steel, do you use a stone, whatever you do. So I'm not surprised. I'm sorry that happened, but hey, even the worst texture pizza, still pizza, my friend.
This was not singing. This was like bad karaoke, and so
Oh, hey, no one knows bad karaoke more than this guy. I'll do a version of Kryptonite that will absolutely send you right to the
I can't
bar. I
wait.
promise. Yeah.
That's next week's clubhouse?
Listen,
that's the
you
intro.
know,
That's the intro for next week,
that's the
actually, right
intro.
there.
Yeah. I was gonna say Pizza Expo in Columbus, but sure,
Oh,
we'll
live? Okay, I'm there. I'm there.
trust me. And then I'll do my take on Let It Go, which is just it's haunting, really. So I'd
It's
like to
a
think
good
I
way
was
to
joking
describe
on
it.
either of these. But
That's
unfortunately I had
funny.
those far too ready to go. For me, pizza, I got a new range, which has actually been really fun.
Right.
It's a dual oven. So I've been playing with different styles on that. And that's fun. That is, I never knew I needed that in my home life. So I'm doing five at once now, which is
Wow.
about what I need for a pizza party these days. So
Yes.
it's fun. Playing with it, getting it dialed in. But
Do
yeah,
you
I'm
have stones? Where do you cook them? Like, how do you cook them in each of the decks?
so I'll do three of taverns, which go on a pan, and then I've got some hex clad pizza steels, which are awesome. That I'll do in the smaller two.
Okay.
Because the kids always like the tavern. I don't know why I could put anything out there. They like the squares. I don't know, it's kid sized. So I can't get away without doing a couple taverns. Which, come on, good Chicago boy. So yeah, that's actually been a lot of fun getting locked down on that. So it's not the omakase, it's not regular restaurant, but it's still a pizza adventure
It's a
nonetheless.
nice variety.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man, that sounds good, dude.
nice. Well, we have got a really eclectic lineup this evening. Um, and the first one I want to get into is, speaking of, you cooked a frozen pizza. I know, Anna, you've got your high end ovens, and me, I've got my dual oven. But has anyone ever considered a pizza vending machine? I know we've seen those in Vegas and other things, but B95.com, your source for all pizza news, pizza vending machine coming to Albany, New York. So um, I'm just going to tease this and I'll get kind of reactions. First off, way too much red pepper flake. I'm just going to throw that right out there. That's my Sorry, Pexels, but that's too
Doesn't
much.
look like any landed on the pizza anyway.
Jets actually, they you always red pepper before you put the pizza down. Everyone knows that. Yeah, come on.
No, I didn't.
The machine developed by Stephen Weiss under NYC Pizza Vending, which will debut this fall. Pizzas are cooked fresh in about 1.5 to 3 minutes. They're not giant take home, but personal size between $20 and $22. So, Will, we'll start with you. Pizza vending machine, $22, personal pan. What's your first gut on this one?
Yeah, this price point is interesting. I'll say that. That sounds a little high, a little steep to me from a vending machine. But Jim, I think we are in the vending machine world right now, where like we all understand there are pizza vending machines out there. Show me the machine. Tell me more about it. Is this a new one? Is there something interesting? I'm feeling left out here. Like I don't know what's coming out of this. Just the word pizza vending machine is no longer the shocker. You know what I mean in the world now?
Yeah.
Tell me what this thing looks like. How does it work? Like
Right.
who's sourcing it? Are they just filling it with pies? Is it robotic? I need more. This radio station's letting me down, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think of the robotic one that Ann and I are going to check out in a couple of weeks, right? At the
Yes.
airport, that's got the whole with the gizmo, and this
Yes.
what are we dealing with? So, Ann, first off, what's your take on the price point? Because to me, that seems really steep when you could get one of your pies, which is quite literally world class, for the same amount.
So, Albany, I'm not real familiar with the city. So I would say, like, if you're flying in an airport, New York airport, JFK, whatever, you're going to get a salad out of the vending machine for $18. So I feel like maybe the price point is accurate for the market. I don't know. I think that's a lot of money, but at an airport, I don't know.
I don't think it's not at an airport.
That's the thing.
We're just going to see an airport. Okay, so this is just on the streets.
It's an office building. It's a 12-story office building.
So that's probably a little bit much. Again, I don't know. Like, what are they going to go down and what are they competing up against? $16 something else. If it looks like that slice looks rather large for a personal size. So I don't think that that's like an accurate picture. Is it a 10-inch round? Way different than if it's an 8-inch round. But overall, like Will said, is this coming out on a conveyor? Is it like, what's the cook time on it? Because if it's already topped, I just feel like that sauce is just like slimy into the dough. Like, I just don't know how they're going to hold that well, unless it's like frozen and then it like pops over into a toaster oven and heats up. But then like $22 is, I don't know.
You nailed my sentiments, right? It's clearly, if this cooking in 90 seconds, right? This is pre-made. This is a frozen thing that you are putting into I think like, Subway has those like convection microwave ovens, right? That's what this is probably going through. My bigger concern, and take out the robotics, and I think it was Donato's, whoever. I think that's more of a PR thing than anything. Yeah. No other food depends on the hands of who's making it more than pizza. I will say that, right? I don't want a vending machine pizza. I will never want a vending machine pizza. I will eat anything else, but you need the hands of the master making it, right? I could get your recipe, and you could hand me your recipe right now. I couldn't do what you do, right? And I know I couldn't, right? Because there's something about the craft. So I don't get what market this is serving, especially like Albany's not the biggest city in the world. Like I don't get it. I don't understand who we're trying to nail here, especially for that price point. So if this were a slice, maybe, but also it's pre-made. I don't know. I'd love to have it. I probably won't be in Albany anytime soon, but something about this just rubs me the wrong way, I think.
Right. If you pitched that article with a $12 price point, I would have been like, very cool.
I get it. I get it. Right?
$12 is like, I'm missing something.
You can order a lunch, right, or something else for $22. Like,
Yes.
probably all in, to be honest, from, like,
The
a
soda.
major food platform without shouting out one of them, right? Like, I could get a delivery item to come to me for that price for what I could get there. That's all. I can appreciate there's a premium for convenience, but
Yeah.
I'm not that inconvenienced in this 12-story office in the
Right.
middle of Albany, probably, that I could order anything.
You nailed it, right? I mean, you could get a pizza that is hot and or ready. Again, not to name anybody. You could get 4 of those, right, for this price. So I don't know. I'm sure it's premium, but I think we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, the only thing though, Jim, is I can understand that pizza vending machines may have a place in their world. I think every pizza has a home. So I understand the artisan sense of pizza, absolutely, and I love it, but I think there's a need for this perhaps in some way. Particularly, I just ate one of those JFK farmer salad actually from the
Yeah.
machines this week, tell you the truth, and actually was pretty enjoyable for what it
Go.
was, right? And so funny enough, and maybe this pizza would have a home there. So I still support the automated pizza aspect, but the context for this is still TBD in my opinion.
Agreed.
I'm with you. I would say though, if there's one reach of our planet, right, that would need a vending machine, it would be Antarctica. And yet
Absolutely.
they're making Neapolitan pizza in Antarctica. Will, this is my best segue ever. I want everyone to notice this. So, pizzaNapoleana.org. We are making true Neapolitan pizza in Antarctica. They're doing training at the Concordia station. So, hot take, Anna. How impressive is this? Right? I mean, you are an absolute master of Neapolitan pizza. This is pretty like large to be doing this on basically a scientific base in the middle of the Arctic, right? Antarctic.
This is incredible. I just I need to see the oven. Did they have it? Like, I just want to know who got the Acunto oven there, because this is like, the Vera pizza. So,
Yeah.
they're using the right oven and all of the right ingredients. I mean, that couldn't have been a cheap trip. But I just want to see, is it cooking at 900 degrees? Like, how long did it take to temper that stone? I just want to know, like, what was the temperature when I got there? And was it like weeks to get it warmed up? And then what temperature are we maintaining so that it doesn't crack? Like, these are the things that I'm thinking about.
So I think from this picture, I don't want to call a brand names, but this looks like an electric pizza oven.
I can't believe that.
It
There
does. It
has to
does.
be
I mean, I
a
get why they're
wood-fired
not doing wood
pizza
fired.
somewhere on that continent.
I mean, wood's probably hard to get. I don't know.
Sure,
I'm not an expert. But Will, take on this, right? I mean, this is pretty cool, right?
Jim, I would agree with you. It's probably hard to source wood in Antarctica. I think it's a fair assessment. Even if
Good.
you're
I'm
in
glad I
agree.
wasn't too out on a limb there on that one.
To be fair, I think this is slightly amiss in that I would have loved to have seen like tracked the journey of this pizza oven getting here. There could have been more hype around this of like the supplies are coming down, right? Like I would have been all about following this. But I'm with you, Anna. From who has put this together, I absolutely would have expected nothing less than a wood fire as a baseline requirement. Otherwise, they'd be like, we're not doing it, And so I'm
These
shocked
are
at
the
that.
people.
Yes.
This isn't like anybody. This is like
No,
you hold the standard.
Yeah, these are quite literally the people, right? I mean,
The people.
Well, let me ask you
I
both. Let me ask you a question around this one, both of you. How do you adjust for this, right? Like we talk about adjusting for elevation, right? Temperatures. How do you adjust the dough for -80 Celsius that you're going to
I'll defer to
transport
Anna. I got
there?
nothing. I think you get hot and ready for that.
I mean, I would say that the temperature of your water has to be much warmer.
Mhm.
But proofing, you would have to just your control temperature. They look very comfortable in that room, so
Yeah.
perhaps it's a 70 degrees. But I don't know. Like I think that it is so neat. I would love to see on some social media. I didn't look, to be fair, but I want to like follow this, just like you said.
Yeah.
What did their pizzas look like? What temperature were we cooking it out of? How long was your fermentation process? Because if you left it out in the snow, did it take 3 weeks to like get any type of life to come together? There's so many questions.
I know, Jim. You're gonna have to write to them, or we're gonna have Michael reach out on this one. With
Yeah, I'm going to. So I scoured their Instagram. I didn't see anything on it. The other thing that's sneaky hard, right, which I have learned via comments from the book, right, is elevation matters a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were that far above sea level. It makes sense, right, now that I think about it. But I've got some family out in Arizona that's in the mountains, and it makes a big difference, right? And it's really kind of throwing this stuff off. Then to put in the Neapolitan on it, and you're in the, I'd say an engineering station. This is awesome. But if you think you can't make good pizza at home, they made it like in a scientific base in Antarctica. Like, stop it, right? Yeah. Like you can do that with whatever you got. So I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad this happened. I don't know why I'm so glad, but I am. And it's
I need to see more. You need to see more.
I want more, honestly.
Because Antarctica, I am not a scientist. Like, what's the humidity? Is there any?
I would assume it's zero. It's a dozen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was like, what's their hydration on that? I feel like
I'm assuming the station has artificial atmosphere. So I'm assuming inside.
But I just think it's a struggle to keep that at whatever temperature you want, considering I'm sure coming from -80. Like, I think dry heat sounds it's like getting pumped in there.
But they flew this thing in like a military aircraft. They flew all of it over. Like, I want to see more. Like, this is a 4-part Netflix documentary, right? This is.
And
which maybe Michael, you need to produce, my friend.
Space, and I'm gonna need to see the wood-fired oven in space, in a space shuttle. And I want to know what the pizza does up there. And I just feel like we should do it underwater, and it should just
I volunteer Anna to go to space. I saw a thing where Purdue sending some people to space, right, with Virgin. Come on.
Yeah, as the three of us. Go ahead. Anna.
Yeah, I won't even go underneath the ground into the aqueducts. Like, I learned that I was claustrophobic when I went 3 stories under the ground and I couldn't escape, and I was like, this is not my gig.
So space wouldn't be for you then, although it is infinite vast, so in many ways it's the least claustrophobic place in the universe. But no, we're not gonna send you to space. Sorry.
Walls near me.
Well, I
would like to see pizza there.
Yes. Agreed.
Worst case, maybe you can go on the jet and pick up the supplies, right? Check it out, right? Michael will send you down. Michael send you down. That sounds fine, right? You can do that.
Yeah.
I'll film it.
Get on
Film it, yes. Thank you.
All right. So our next article is gonna be a hard pivot, but I'm gonna ask Will. You've lived in New York. You are ordering a slice of pizza. It has dough. It has sauce. It has cheese. How do you order that? I am at the counter. Sir, what would you like? How do you order this?
I say extra cheese, please. I would like that one.
Okay. Didn't take the bait at all. So courtesy of Yahoo, how to order pizza in NYC without looking like a tourist, courtesy of Yahoo and Tasting Table. But really, this is from some of our friends, including Tony G. So New York pizza is much about efficiency as it is the flavor. In New York, this again, courtesy of the godfather of pizza, right? You must simply ask for a plain slice rather than cheese. Kenji Lopez also weighed in. A lot of New Yorkers weighed in. So is this correct, right? I don't know, right? I'm not a native New Yorker. I have probably ordered a cheese slice like a noob. Is this right, or are people? I mean, Tony G, right? He can't be wrong, but what's our
He
take
is
here on
not.
this?
He is not wrong. I didn't know there was another way, to be honest, to say than plain. Like it's just a plain
Really?
slice. That's just what it is. But to be fair, I would have just thought that anywhere. Like to be honest, I'd be like, I'll have a plain. Like that's just
A plain.
the
I would have
baseline.
a plain cheese pizza slice. Like I would have put both of those words together.
Yeah.
I would. I'm not going to just say cheese. I just like plain cheese. Like that's how I order pizza. So I guess in Pittsburgh, if anybody doesn't want to look like a tourist here, you can go ahead and say I like a plain cheese slice of pizza.
When you're at Primanti Brothers ordering your pizza, that's how you'd order a plain cheese.
Plain cheese slice
Okay,
of
at
pizza.
Primanti.
Plain
Okay,
cheese.
good.
I mean, I guess now that you say that out loud, like of course it's plain would be with cheese. But I guess
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just say cheese.
I just
Listen,
say
I don't
cheese.
know. I would order a cheese, right? If I'm going to order tavern style, I'm not ordering a plain. I'm ordering a cheese pizza.
The
But-
other thing I'm going to argue here is like,
good.
are we
Bring it.
by ourselves when we're in New York ordering? Because the article was like, just simply stand back and watch what the natives are doing. And I was like, are you with your 3 children who are hungry? Or like, I'm not standing anywhere. I'm going to stand in line and then I'm going to like look at the name on the tag.
I'm surviving. Yeah.
And just tell them I like a plain cheese slice of pizza.
The use of the word natives there was just really the one that just put me in like we are really observing the culture from the outside here is what really just brought me into that.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a plain slice. Like there's nothing else to say here. It's a plain. Give me a plain. A plain, everyone knows what you're saying because it's plain. If I came in and said, Anna, I would like a plain slice, I think you would be like, oh, a plain slice. There's nothing on that except
I
for
would
the cheese.
absolutely ask you to clarify.
Really? You would be like,
Absolutely.
wait, do you want it with cheese or
To
not?
be fair, we sell a marinara.
By
Marinara.
the slice?
No, but I mean, if somebody
Okay.
came in and was like, I'd like a plain pizza, I would be like, I don't even know what that means.
No,
Oh, okay.
like use more words. How much of a rush are you? The thing that got me is they called it NYC, which I don't think anyone in New York actually calls it NYC. It's like no one in Chicago calls it Chi-Town, right? That's just not a thing, right? That actually happens. But no, I'm with Anna. You a plain slice, like plain what? Like I use more words.
If
But
I ordered
but it's also Tony G who is not wrong. I'm the one
believe
who's wrong
him.
here.
Jim, if I was gonna order like a plain pie, would you
Yeah.
want me to clarify if I was talking about pizza then in addition to saying a plain cheese? Is
I'm
there
from
the
Amish
same
country,
component
so
to that?
a plain pie to me is like cherry or apple. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going
Sorry.
the fruit route?
I'm just
Well,
saying, I'm from Amish country. That's where I
is
grew up.
pie an acceptable word, Anna, for you for instead of in lieu of
it
pizza
is,
then?
but
Okay, I'm just making sure, guys, because
On pies.
plain seems to be a challenge here. I just want to make sure
Okay,
that pie is
so-
what if
also
you're
up
ordering
the
a
word
California
chart.
style, Will? Then can you order plain? Is that like a double
You
negative
made
or
that. There is
So,
no
like,
plain
does plain
California
include
style. There isn't.
Parmesan? Does plain include the basil? I mean, I would have so many more questions. It would just be easier. The interaction would be so much shorter if someone just said cheese.
Okay, and you start getting into the like artisanal variations of it. I would say plain is your house slice, right? Like however
That's
okay?
you
Yes,
make
there we
that,
go.
like this is
There
your
we go.
plain.
Plain is a house slice.
I feel
Love
like
it.
you should write a letter to the city, to NYC, and tell them you should be
The city.
ordering a house slice.
Yeah. Or Tony G. Tell Tony G that he's wrong, right?
I'm not going to tell him that.
Try that one. No, I wouldn't do that. Thank you for being on the back of my book, Mr. Anthony. I do appreciate you.
I believe Tony. So
Yeah. I'm going to throw in a bonus article that was linked here. I didn't send this ahead of time. Are we blotting our pizza? Anna, go.
always. No. No, listen. When I was younger, I always did that. When I was like in high school and I was eating pizza, I always took off the grease. Now, no, I'm just going to eat it and we're going to just see where it lands. Because sometimes I really like that extra bit, but sometimes it's too much. You don't know until you eat it. But when I was younger,
Will,
yes.
Will
I'm
you?
with you. We are no blot, and then going forward, we decide if we liked that pizza or we choose somewhere else then for it. That's the style of the pizza that's there, right? So,
Yeah, the only time I'm lying is if I am forced to eat a pizza that I know is overly greasy and I need to self compensate. But the first try is no blot, right? I'm gonna
Right.
have it as the chef intended. However, if I'm fed a pizza that is hot and or ready, right, and I am forced to eat that pizza, I'm gonna do what I have to.
can you give some context to this
Little
pizza
Caesars. I mean
grease?
Little
You know?
Caesars will
Okay.
when I say hot and or
No,
ready.
no,
Sorry.
no, 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 no. I mean, in general, right? Because like, I think there can be some confusion, right? When people do see like, right, makers, right? They're drizzling oil, like olive oil, on top of their pies, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's a difference between what you're describing here, right, versus someone like topping a pie with olive oil, and I think maybe that kind of goes like misunderstood, um,
Yeah.
at times.
I,
I don't know
I
if
think
you
so.
want
I
to
mean,
elaborate or think about that in any further sense. So, I guess does a greasy pie essentially mean bad or like a bad cheese use in any sort of way? You know what I mean? Like how do we frame that? I'm leading the witness, but I mean
I know
if you
you
want to
are.
frame it from that
Anna,
context.
please. You're the
No,
expert
I,
here.
I would say that was just the cook on the cheese or the type of cheese that they're
Yeah.
using. It's either
Mhm.
in excess or it's overdone, and it's just pulled out, and you're just going to get really chewy cheese. So I would
Yeah.
say that the goal, because you can have that extra grease on a pizza and it be all the flavor and it would be
All of it.
everything and it's delicious, and
Yeah.
I'm like totally here for the drip all over my hand. But if
Mhm.
I'm blotting the pizza, it's like this wasn't done well. And is this what I'm finishing for dinner? Or like, am I going to order something else? So
Yeah. Am I gonna
that's
eat
not a
this napkin?
necessity, not because of just like, you know,
Yeah.
need to get it off. Sometimes
No. I.
people will say like, they'll ask us to like not put our topping oil on the pizza after it comes out of the oven. And
Oh.
I am like in my heart, like,
But that's
but that's,
you're
I really
wrong.
want you to have that.
Yeah.
That's the flavor.
That's how it goes.
No, I'm with you. Well, I've had some bad slices, right? I think the cheese, but also like your pepperoni, your meats, right? They're
Sure.
really cheap and they ooze oil. Vending machine or cafeteria pizzas kind of come to mind, but yeah, grease on pizza is not necessarily mean bad, right? It's just where it comes from and what that leads to, right? Overcoagulation and other things. But again, I'm not a blotter, right? In my 20s, I was because every calorie mattered a lot more. Now, if I'm having pizza, I'm going hard to the paint, and I care a lot less. I, let's
Good
call it what it
analogy.
is.
Good analogy, Jim.
So,
I just am here for that. I agree so much. It's validated.
thank you. Sometimes people don't agree though, and that's where this next article comes in, courtesy of the New York Post. So Long Island Pizzeria goes viral with saucy videos. This is great headline writing, by the way. Giving bad diners a taste of their own medicine. Go sit down. Long Island Pizza Shop's gone viral for social media skits that mercilessly mock bad customer behaviors, with one clip showing a dying dunce punished with water sprayed in his face. This is Phil's Pizzeria in Sissiyet. I'm going to probably butcher
Syosset,
that one.
Syosset,
Syosset.
Syosset.
Thank
There
you,
you
Will.
go. You got it.
So we'll start with Will. Gut take to this one. Are you like a pizzeria that bites back a little bit?
So, the quick answer is yes. I appreciate this, and I like the context. I think it's easy to go like too far, but it's one of those things where like there's a fine line, and if it catches on and it's like entertaining, like people are gonna like that experience. Which is, but do I have any sense of how good this pizza is in any sort of way? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But it's drawing attention, and I'm interested in following it, and so sure, like I'm into it.
Anna, have you seen these? Have these come across your timeline? Because I've seen it, but what were your
Yes.
thoughts on?
Um, I have seen this. I have seen restaurant owners take a stand. We are of the mentality where the customer is not always right in our establishment, but we are not physically doing anything about it. outside of just asking a customer to leave. So I don't really ever want to call any attention to us as a family around our behavior. I respect is always something that you want to show someone, even if they're disrespecting you. I just can't. I'm not the type of person to like throw back in someone's face. I appreciate the people who can, really and truly. I'm like, good for you. It's just not me.
Yeah,
It's the vibe, right? It's the vibe that you're going
it's
for.
the vibe. Now, I've come across these, right? I just want to say, with all respect to Phil's, this is all a gag, right? They say they've never responded like this. It's maybe how some of them maybe would want to respond some days, but it's not genuine. I don't know. I appreciate, like you said, Anna, the customer. I think the original quote is, "A customer is always right in respect to like taste of opinion or something." But you can't be a jerk customer, and I think this is more of a how we'd like to respond to a jerk customer, but not how we do. But how fitting, like, there's something about just being, and I get why it blew up on social media, but being kind of bold with that, pizzeria kind of come in, what's your order, kind of giving it to you kind of vibe. What are you ordering? A cheese slice, it's a plain slice, and giving them hell for that. Like, there's something about that I kind of just love. There's authenticity to it that I think is why maybe that caught on so hard.
Yes, I agree. And like I said, I'm here for it. I appreciate it. But even still, putting content out there that would be how I would want to react in a situation, maybe didn't, but I thought it in my head, is still something that I'm very reserved about in sharing, because it could be very, as a business owner, like, if your customers and clientele don't take to it, or you say something in the wrong light, you'll be shunned for it, even if it didn't happen. So, I mean, we just kindly ask people to leave, and if they come back, we remember them and we say, you weren't supposed to come back, and we make them get up and leave. That has actually happened before, and it's because I didn't like how you disrespected my staff when you were here, and I have no problem doing that. And go tell 9 of your friends, I don't want them here either. And so, there's enough people in the city to keep us afloat, but like, to share that on social media, or how I would want to share that. Bold.
As an aside, I would be terrified if you threw me out of your pizzeria, Anna. I would be I would love to see you just absolutely, very calmly, very patiently, just tear someone apart and send them out. I listen. I would be absolutely terrified. Good for you, right? Standing up for the staff, but that I would rather someone twice your size throw me out physically than how you would somehow
I just smile. Yeah,
exactly.
My staff can always say, we can tell when you're really angry because you just smile more. And I've had people be like, I'm business owners and I would never do this. The food doesn't come out, or they sat at a table they didn't want to sit at. They wanted to sit over in the corner, but it was reserved for another party, whatever. I mean, they'll come up with all kinds of reasons to tell you you're terrible at running a business. And, I'm like, I'm so sorry that we didn't meet your expectations. You don't have to dine here ever.
I think this feels like an inside look into like the restaurant in general, which is I think what always engages people. This is like the Seinfeld soup Nazi like reinvented, right? Where like being mean like gets the attention, right? Like there's something to it. But to your point, Anna, it's a fine line, right? You breach it, you go over it. It's interesting. Jim, go down the article a minute and just read one or two of the items that they've like had people do like shticks about. Like read them off for 1 second because I find them so entertaining when they talk about like the salad was one of them of the orders. See if you see that.
This one woman orders a house salad without lettuce.
Yes.
The guy comes in and asks for grilled chicken without no grill marks. I think those are pretty funny. Guy asks for money to have his pants cleaned.
That actually has happened to me. I've had a lady be like,
you have the floor.
There was an expectation of me dry cleaning her pants. And when I did pay to have them dry clean, because she sat outside in my table, this is my very first year. I had no idea. Otherwise I would have been like, get lost. But I wanted money to replace them. I swear it. People will come at you with, I had somebody order bruschetta with no tomatoes. You tell me, what were they ordering? Bread?
A plain
A
slice.
Plain, plain bruschetta.
I thought, I don't know how to make that. I don't. Do you want just
Oh.
onions, like garlic? Where are we going with this?
Oh my lord.
They're
I,
crazy.
I did see the one where he asked for one well done and he basically set it on fire. That was pretty entertaining. But again, right? I think you nailed it. And these are
Pause
things you
there.
would.
Go ahead, Jim. But pause on that picture. I think this sets the scene. Look at the backdrop
Perfect.
for this, right? Like
Right.
the backdrop, not even just the guys out there next year. Look at the backdrop of the wall done up for Instagram photos, right? Or TikTok
Oh,
photos
yeah.
behind it. Like this is the vibe these guys are going for. Like this is the shtick for this place. This is why it
Perfect.
works. Like
Yeah,
that's it.
exactly. Why it works, but there's a fine line.
Yeah.
So I love it. I do love it.
Good for them.
Good for them. All right, 2 more articles to go. We're going to end on kind of a happier one here. So this is courtesy of PMQ. Opposites attract: how 2 pizza side hustlers teamed up to launch virtual pizza academy. So I love that they're in front of an Ace Hardware, which is
Yeah, I
pretty
didn't get
perfect for
that.
these 2. So you got Jim Henry, aka Jimmy Hank, and Jim Mirabelli. Jim Henry, friend of the pod. But Charlie writes a really great article here about these 2. So first, before I get into it, Anna, Willer, are you familiar with these 2 amazing gentlemen? I'm assuming.
Yes, we've shared a
All
number
of
of
them know.
conversations together for sure. Talking about
Absolutely.
everything.
So and this is cool. And just kind of to summarize the article, and please read it. But these guys went from kind of home cooks, dads cooking in the backyard, to launching a very real, very legit virtual pizza academy, talking about Nipa style pizza. Like I have learned so much from Jim about what Old Forge pizza is, and grandma styles. I mean, I use many of his pictures in my book. Because he is absolutely just a wizard at this. But to start a virtual pizza class that's hard, right? Now I'll go to Anna. Like, could you imagine teaching these very niche, very difficult styles virtually?
I mean, I feel like you would have to have the right student in the classroom, or it could
Oh
just
yeah,
go very, very wrong. Like, and because I do in-person classes, and during the pandemic, I did do virtual classes. But when somebody's just not positioning their hands correctly, or they're pressing it and they're touching the outside of the crust, and in your head it's not going to turn out. There's like nothing you can do about it, and so
yeah,
I feel like but on the other hand, like at home pizza chefs, pizza professionals, really, as they have grown in the industry, I would say like that's somebody who another at home person would want to take a class from. I feel
yeah.
like taking classes from professionals is intimidating, and it's on social media, like not social media, but it's on like YouTube. You can watch all kinds of courses, but I feel like there's something very like personal, the right connection, the right personalities, and I think they're going to do great.
I
I would
agree.
sign
I
up.
mean, yeah, I mean, I've learned so one of the things Jim Henry specialized in is the Frico, right? He's the Frico
Oh,
king. He taught me
yes.
everything I know, but that's hard, right? Will, I mean, that's hard to not only pull off at home, but then to teach it like that. That takes like a level, and these guys aren't like they're professionals, right? But they don't have their own pizza shop. These are dads like you and me, right? I mean, this is pretty impressive.
Well, Jim, I don't put myself in your category anymore, my friend. You've escalated beyond this level
Ah,
over here, my friend.
but
So I think you're teetering in the
appreciate you, but
Jim and Jim territory. The 3 Jims, right? From there, you could be the trifecta, the 3 amigos, buddy. There
I
you
would be
go.
I falling way
Um,
behind there, but thank you.
but no, I'm with you. I think they are professionals, right? They are the new professional, to be fair, like outside the restaurant, where like you actually they have an understanding, like they are specialists, right, in what they do. They're not just somebody with a phone saying like this is the best restaurant to go to, right? Like they have real understanding. They're like these guys are awesome, man. So like I would consider them professionals in that capacity Absolutely. Which is cool
Agreed.
because it's like you can be that then, right? Is the idea. And it's not like
Exactly.
far-fetched where you buy like necessarily, Jim, like a cook's cookbook, right, from the restaurant where something's there. It's like, wow, I could do this at home and I've got a specialty and like so can you, which is the cool and appealing aspect, I think, to both what they do, which is what's engaging about them.
And that's what drew me to have Jim Hendry in my book, right? Because this is
Yeah.
exactly what I'm trying to do. One cool thing, I invite everyone to go check out the article in the Virtual Pizza Academy, is the multiple camera angles they use in their classes is like professional grade. I mean, it's not just one guy with the camera going. They have on the chef on the. It is awesome, right? And as someone who's done a lot of live cooking demos, it's hard, right? It's hard to do all of that and maintain kind of the structure. These guys nail it. So go check them out. Go check out the article by Charlie. But really cool that they're getting their due, because these guys are absolute wizards.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you taught Zoom classes. Like, tell us about that. That's gotta be just like really hard, right?
Many moons ago. Yes, during the pandemic, I started doing pizza classes in the restaurant, and then people asked to kind of continue with it. And so we would just send a list of the ingredients, or people could come and pick them up at the restaurant. And so they would have it, and then we'd have everything out. And I would just talk them through basically how to par bake a Neapolitan crust.
Oh, wow.
And then top it, then put it back in the oven and cook time. It's like the more I do pizza classes, the more I want to do them, but the more special, like, it's not everybody's good at making pizza. Okay. So people
Nope.
are like, my husband and I want to do something fun for, next Friday. We want to come to a pizza class we think would be really cool. I mean, it is like stressful because they don't listen. They're not watching. They're not pizza makers. They don't care. And so I am just like, stop touching the dough. Like, stop doing that. And it's fun to a certain extent, but like after a while, I have to take a 3-month hiatus, because I'm like, I in my whole heart passionately want people to learn how to make good pizza. If you're not listening to me, why did you come to this class?
Why did you? And like, Neapolitan's one of the objectively hardest styles to learn, right? You don't have the ability to form into a pan. It's a more particular dough. Like, that's tough, right? And especially do it.
A very high level class. I go over a lot of the science, people pay a lot of money for this information. And it's like, there are some that come and I'm just like, yes, like, you want to learn, and they're here for it. And then there's other people here for a good time. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
You could just go to
That would
Pizza
bug
Hut.
me too. I can appreciate that would bug me too. This isn't. I feel like your class would be like, I'm here to perfect this, right? Versus the
Right.
like, here's the
Exactly.
Friday thing with 2 glasses of wine that come with it, and we wanted something entertaining to do. This probably doesn't feel like your class. You know what I mean?
Right.
And from my perspective, so
I just want
I can
everybody
get
in there
that.
with a pen and paper asking you question after question. And I'm like, yes, let's do this. And then you get those people, and I'm like, this is why I do this. I love it. And then there's others that come in, they're just like 7 ladies went to high school together, and you're like, oh no, does anybody here bake? Does anybody have a kitchen scale? Okay. Now what? I don't know how to help you.
How you, even though you said all the required things. I remember I did a cooking class again during COVID from a friend of mine who's in Rome, right? We were doing Roman style pizza. It was the same thing. Well, I'm asking hydration. I'm asking where you source the yeast. And I remember this one couple, they were on like their 3rd bottle of wine. We were like an hour in. And just at this point, it was just, we were watching them. Like, I didn't care about my pizza burning. There is must see TV right here, watching them just like throw flour at each other. But again, I wasn't teaching it, right? I was just a casual observer. Meanwhile, this poor host, it's 2 a.m. in Rome. He's trying to get them back. But anyways, check them out. And you still do classes? Or are you in hiatus?
I do them, I would say on average, like a dozen a year. I like one a month, or if you have people ask me for them, I would open a pizza school. If I had nothing else going on in my life, I would totally do it. I don't know where that's what I have just figured out that I love to do. Sharing the art of making pizza with people. It's very hard to do and have a restaurant at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's just like my kids' schedule, and I just try to fit them in when I can.
Well, when you do, I will offer to be a guest professor on Tavern Style Pizza. I will be honored. That would be
So
the
fun.
highlight of my life. Yeah, right.
I'm happy to entertain the crowd and do some introductions if that's okay. Thanks.
Listen, don't sell yourself short, but you can definitely.
Someone's got to entertain the people, man. It's all right. Don't worry
Put you
about
in charge of
it. I know how to hold
California
a
style
camera.
pizza.
You can explain how to order. Like, this is the plane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the
Absolutely. I
plate. Don't
appreciate
get that. And see, and you can convince people what is or isn't a regional style. What is a regional style is New Haven style pizza. This is one we've talked about a couple times, but I wanted to hit this one because I think this one maybe fell off my radar. I want to talk about. So News 12 out of New Jersey. New Jersey falls short of stealing largest pizza party world record from Connecticut. This was put on by the Boys and Girls Club of Newark, partnered with Papa John's. So we've talked about a lot of these, friends. And my mistake, we never talked about this one, right? This wasn't the big hurrah with the Boys and Girls Club and Papa John's, right? This is a new attempt, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Just a week after the other one.
I didn't see this till this.
So that's kind of funny, right? So 1,200 pizza pies, only 10,000 people registered, but only 3,500 people were counted. And Anna, refresh. Yeah, hit me.
The interesting part about this one, I was reading, it wasn't through this article though. They did raise $80,000 as like a fundraiser for this. So like that's awesome, right? For the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, I struggle with this concept of the biggest pizza party with the certain amount of slices in the time and having the small water or whatever it is, and then you got to stay there. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, do we need another pizza record in this sense? I don't know. I think I'm okay with whoever wants to hold it now and not move forward again.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like,
no.
I want the next one to be like, we're at a stadium and like, can we count that? I don't know. And there's like 90,000 people and everyone gets a slice and that's how it works. I don't know. I'm over the pizza competitions.
The reason I think is just because they have to be able to count the people. So they have to have
right,
like a certified person from Guinness there to
absolutely
say this many people. So that's, I mean, they could do 90,000 in a stadium, but Guinness would have to have a reasonable number of people there to be able to count all those people at the same time, which is, why they have parameters on their records.
I think you hold the record, Anna, still, and we'll leave it there. Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I still recognize Anna as being the world record holder.
Absolutely.
In my eyes.
Of what?
Weren't you
pizza
part
party.
of the pizza party?
No. I was pregnant. The WPC was there, but I didn't get it.
We thought
you were part of.
Oh, my
was your brother there?
Yeah.
Well, family.
They were there.
Okay. That's close enough.
There's a plaque hanging in our restaurant, but I think
listen, that's part of you. It's part of the family. I'm counting it.
Same.
Were they plain slices they handed out, or were they cheese? Do you know what they handed out?
Pepperoni.
Did they blot the grease? Did they give napkins for the grease blot?
I think it would have just
all night.
They had to hold that a lot of napkins. 2 hours. I think it was probably just stuck in the cardboard tray that was in.
Absolutely coagulated.
Wow. Wait, sorry, I think I missed this.
No,
Jim.
please.
Sorry. Did the New Haven one occur just recently? I missed if we talked about it. And that was successful. Sorry, I did. I think I missed this last time we were.
Yes.
Okay, so that did count.
Yes. And then this new one in New Jersey was a week after attempt. I'm pretty sure they obviously were planning that similar time frame.
Yeah.
But
3,500
people is a lot. Like that would have been.
That's a lot of people.
I don't know what the new one was. Do you know what New Haven's said?
I don't. Well, we have the technology here. We're not like we're live on YouTube here. Let's look it up together, shall we? Guinness World Records, Friday, September 12th. Let's read this together, right? This makes for good content when you do things
breaking
live.
news.
Yeah. Breaking news from 2 weeks ago. All right, we've got event details. We've got everyone was there. Let's go back. Let's see what we can find here. Here we go. September 12th with 4,525 participants. Organized by Taste of New Haven. So there you go.
That's a lot of people.
They did, and Guinness confirmed it. So
great,
awesome. So so if they were expecting 10,000, right? Even if they thought they got half, they thought they would have taken it, but they raised a lot of money, right? It's not failure.
Yeah.
It's just the timing. They clearly were going after it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we'll fire up the jet. We can at least get 3 more people there. So
I'll be there. It's not September 12th.
Yeah, right. Why have all the festivals the same day? We talked about this. Anna, you're on social media. Where can people find you in that lovely restaurant that you work at?
At Mercurio's PGH, and I'm at anna.crucit on Instagram.
Great. And Will, where can we find all your pending pizza content?
I'm at Funny Will with an IE.
You sure are. Good follow, all 3. I'm at Jim Cook's Food Good, wherever you get your content. Of course, I Need Pizza Club, Instagram, YouTube, this podcast. You're going to like, rate, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your other friends. And until next week, thank you for another awesome episode, my friends, of Pizza Roundtable. We will see you next week at Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Until then, have a great pizza week, my friends.